Congratulations, Paul.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'll text you.
Good morning. If you would, go ahead and take a seat. My name is Roger Dick, and I'm a proud trustee of Pfeiffer University this morning. And this is a great day for our community. You're present at a special moment in our history, a time that we remembered as a start of a new era of prosperity and growth for Albemarle and all of Stanley County and our neighboring communities. So thank you for taking the time to be a part of this momentous occasion. But let's let history record that today, that one of our first actions, that we pause to reflect on this moment, and that we gave thanks for this opportunity. I'd like to introduce Pfeiffer Chaplain and Director of Church Relations, Megan Hobbit.
Will you pray with me as you will? God of new beginnings, as Ecclesiastes says, for everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to break down, and a time to build. Today we lay the groundwork to build something new. We are starting the development of constructing a new building, but we are also beginning the process of connecting to a new community, new students, and new faculty and staff. We pray at the foundation that this space function as a place of curiosity and learning, a space where meaningful relationships are built and futures are created. We are thankful and grateful for our many resources, for the vision and dedication of all who have planned and worked and sacrificed, for the safety and the strength of the hands that will literally lay down brick and mortar, for those that will offer health, hope, and healing, and those that they will welcome. May this space be one that promotes and embodies the common good and the welfare of all who enter, and may this new foundation lay the groundwork for a new hope in our community. Amen.
Woo. 100 years ago, on a cold winter in February of 1910, the Mitchell Home School came to Stanley County. And today we know this institution as Pfeiffer University. Pfeiffer today is a bold and confident institution in pursuit of a very special mission. Pfeiffer's stated mission is to prepare servant leaders for lifelong learning. And we're certainly in a world today that is in need of servant leaders. So we're breaking ground on a very special kind of manufacturing facility. This facility will be educating and training young minds, manufacturing, if you will, young people to be servant leaders in the healthcare field, meeting and fulfilling a great need in our society today, educating young minds to serve the community and improving the quality of life for people. Let us acknowledge that this is probably the most important thing that is happening here, the education of young people and the opportunities that will be afforded them as providing care. But this is also a new building that will house this institution of learning that will put a new face on this city. And Albemarle is a seat of government for Stanley County. That being the case, individuals looking for a place to retire or invest their money will most likely visit Albemarle. If you can imagine for a moment a visitor to Raleigh, in our state capital, and it looked in a state of decline, that would not say good things about our state, or likewise for our nation's capital. So how the county seat of government looks for a community says a lot about the county and has benefit to not just Albemarle, but to all the municipalities in Stanley County. So accordingly, you know, we stand here surrounded by an icon of the last industrial era, that was the Lydian Mills. You know, Pfeiffer coming to Stanley County 100 years ago was the beginning, the signaling of a new era. And I think that is also the case this morning. Pfeiffer's coming to Albemarle is the signaling of a new age of prosperity and opportunity for all the people of this community and our neighbors and communities. So, you know, we're grateful for this day. It will be remembered in history as we gathered here that, you know, it's a great time to be starting something new. But it's not possible and has not been come to be in without people working together. And let me at this time introduce some of those people. So we have elected federal officials with us who have helped us. Mike Finley, who's the field rep for U.S. Senator Richard Burr, is here with us this morning. Thank you. We have James Estes, who is representative for U.S. Senator Tom Tillis, is here. We have Georgia Lozier and Bill Constancy, with Deputy Commissioner Director for Congressman Richard Hudson. Thank you for being here with us. Elected state official, I think we have Wayne Sasser here this morning. Representative Sasser, thanks for being with us. Other elected local officials, Ronnie Michael, our mayor of Albemarle, is here. Martha Sue Holt, Mayor Pro Tem. I see Martha out there. Jeff Watson, Mayor Pro Tem of the village of Meisenheimer, is with us this morning. And members of the City Council as a group, if you're present, would you raise your hands? I know they are. I've seen them around, so be recognized. Also, members of the County Commissioners, if you'd raise your hand if you're present with us. Thank you for being with us this morning. And we also welcome Jeff Emery, Community Economic Development Planner for the Southwest region of the North Carolina Main Street and Rural Planning Center. USDA officials, I'm not sure if they're with us today with the government shutdown that's going on, but Garland Burnett and Larry Sampson are responsible for helping us get here. Thank you. Mr. Alan Hart, recently retired from USDA, but a gentleman who's been a big part of getting this process started. Alan, you with us this morning? Thank you. Yes, sir. And then Pfeiffer trustees in attendance, Board Chair Bob Brights is with us. Bob, thank you. Alec Rose and Daniel and Joey Greer and Emeritus Trustee Dr. Chris Bramlett. So, and certainly at this time, I'd like to recognize James Essie to read a letter, if you would, from Representative Hudson.
Good morning, everyone. I'm James Estes, work for Senator Tom Tillis. I have a letter that I'm going to take just a quick second to read from the senator since he couldn't be here this morning. Dear friends, I am happy to extend my best wishes to everyone gathered to celebrate the official groundbreaking ceremony for the Pfeiffer University Health Sciences Building. While my Senate schedule prevents me from attending, I'd like to acknowledge this exciting milestone and the positive impact it will have in Albemarle and Stanley counties and the surrounding region. I am proud that our state will be home to such a premier facility that will provide comprehensive education opportunities for generations to come. I applaud your dedication to health sciences and wish you continued success through the construction process and beyond. I wish you all the best of a wonderful celebration. Sincerely, U.S. Senator Tom Tillis. The senator was also very excited that this building was going to be opening, so Dr. Keith, the senator, had a flag flown over the U.S. Capitol that I'd like to present you with.
Okay. A lot of people involved with making this happen, but we would not be here this morning without the vision and the hard work and the courage of this lady, Dr. Colleen Keith. I'm told by a member of the recruitment committee that when they were interviewing candidates for the university, that there were several candidates they were looking at, but it didn't take but about 10 minutes in the room with this lady, and they knew that they had found their next president of Pfeiffer University. Her passion, her courage, her vision. Colleen is the right leader for the right moment. I've sort of looked through history, and you know, Renaissance have their Renaissance leaders, and at this awakening and this new era of opening era here in this community, Colleen Keith is the person of the hour, and I want to recognize her for some comments and you know, let her share a little bit more of her vision. Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you. That is very generous. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, isn't it? Before I get started, I do want to say thank you to Joellen Newsom, Tanya Judge, Casey Havoc, Tina Malden, and Tina's family, because none of this would have happened without them making this happen. So thank you very much. This project also wouldn't be possible without the generous support of our donors. Pfeiffer cannot do this alone, and we are thankful for the help from the City of Albemarle, Stanley County, the Pfeiffer Research Foundation, the group For Stanley, the Golden Leaf Foundation, the Albemarle Rotary, and numerous individual donors whose gifts are helping to make this possible. I want to recognize a few of those individual donors because their gifts have been inspiring. Dr. and Mrs. Bob Gaither, Mr. and Mrs. Marshall Rogers, Mr. and Mrs. Rush Sharples, Mr. and Mrs. Chris Bramlett, and Albemarle's biggest cheerleader, Roger Dick, and the very first individual donor was none other than Vicki Coggins. Now, I don't know if Vicki's here yet, but Vicki was the first one to invest, so thank you. I'm going to recognize our construction company and our architects. We have with us representatives from Little Architects, Shannon Rydell, Adam Carruthers, and I know Tomas and 3 others. Wave your hands. If you like how this building looks, it's them. They made that happen. And representatives from our general contractor, Stokes Construction. We have Doug Stokes, Zane Stokes, Ross Stokes, and the project manager, David Hudson. They will be building this building, and they were the low bidder, fair and square. And I will tell you, they were the low bidder because they reduced their profit margin. You're not dealing with just any construction company when you deal with Stokes. These are people who want to do this for their community. And they won that bid because they were willing to make that kind of investment of lowering their own profit margin. That's really exciting. This project also wouldn't have happened without the help of our consultants from First Tryon, Michael Juby and Rob Kettner. I don't know if they're here today, but they were very important to making this happen. And then, before I move too far along, I want to recognize the Pfeiffer faculty and staff, especially those associated with the programs for this building, but we have several of our faculty and staff here today. Our team has built the foundation for some amazing, top-notch programs, and together with our partners in healthcare, some of whom are also represented here today, I believe we will be a leader in addressing the needs of healthcare, particularly the needs of rural healthcare. Could all of my friends at Pfeiffer, all of my Pfeiffer colleagues, including Dr. Espy and Dr. Miller, raise your hand so that we can know who you are and say thank you. Look at them all. That's the Pfeiffer family out there, folks. And of course, I have to pay special honor to Sharon Bard, our Director of Facilities, right over here. Sharon manages everything. So thank you, Sharon. And finally, I want to thank our partners who are helping make this celebration today possible. Crook Motor Company for our stage, Roger and Gina Martin for allowing us to enjoy the gallery as part of our celebration, and the City of Albemarle and the Stanley County Historical Society for helping with logistics. You'll see a cord that runs right up to that house that's powering the power. And Music on Main and Glory Beans for supporting us today with sound and hot coffee. Thank you very much. We all probably recognize the song, Pass It On. The lyrics go, "It only takes a spark to get a fire going, and soon all those around can warm up in its glowing." Well, that's kind of how it is with this building. The spark of putting this building in Albemarle is creating a glow for our community. Pfeiffer had the ability to put this building anywhere. We chose to come to Albemarle because of the importance of the town-gown relationship to us. We are committed to working within our home county to develop partnerships that benefit all of our students, including those on our Meisenheimer campus, while at the same time benefiting our community and the local economy. We estimate that the economic impact of the building that will be built on this property will be $136 million plus over 10 years. When we add to that the existing economic impact of our Meisenheimer campus on the Stanley County economy, the number skyrockets well beyond $136 million. We are proud to be your neighbor and to be able to provide this kind of impact. As you know, one of the programs that will be housed in this building is a Physician Assistant Master's Degree program. The American Association of Physician Assistants has a statement of values for the PA profession. These values include such things as safeguarding the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all people, valuing diversity, actively seeking to expand knowledge and skills, and using the knowledge and experience gained through the course of their education to contribute to an improved community. We hope that all of us come to see this building as the embodiment of these values and facilitating every one of these principles in some way. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. At this time, I'll call on the Mayor of Albemarle, Ronnie Michael.
What a wonderful day. The rain's held off and we have a tremendous crowd. Thank you very much for coming out this morning and supporting Pfeiffer, but supporting our community as a whole. I want to take just a minute to go back to how we got started in this process. I first met Dr. Keith when she first came to Pfeiffer and was impressed, but I was even more impressed when she picked up the phone and called us and asked us to have a meeting and told us what she wanted to do. Now, that brought up some questions by several members of our community. Could she do what she said? Well, let me tell you, this lady tells you she's going to do something, she's going to find a way to make it happen. A little over 2 years ago, that phone call came in, and we met with Pfeiffer, and we started looking at various properties around town. We looked at several things, and she saw this property, and her staff looked at this property, and she says, "We want that property." Well, that in turn told us and the city council that we had to make something happen for this to work. So we approached the county, and if you'll remember, the County Historical Museum used to sit on this property. And the county agreed to a swap with the city. We swapped this piece of property for our City Hall Annex, which is on 2nd Street. That was a win for the city alone, as we took that old building and now have the county museum in there, and they now have the space to expand their exhibits. So they have a greater presence in the city. We then went back and talked with the county about a small donation. We donated a small donation to the county to help them remodel that museum. And if you've not been in that museum, I encourage you to go to that museum and see what all they've got now. You've heard both Roger and Colleen speak about the economic impact in the city. I can't go any further and say on numbers, but let me tell you a little bit about what's coming. If you've heard, the Alma Hotel has been purchased by a developer, and I think he's going to be here today. I don't know if he is or not. I haven't seen him yet. And that will be developed into apartments with retail on the bottom. That is a definite need for our city. We also have an ice cream shop in the works. As a out-of-town couple has bought that, and they are remodeling it. We look to see many more restaurants and shops in downtown and see our downtown basically revitalized. We all know what the textile industry, when they closed up, did to our city, but now we see the great turnaround in the next few years as Pfeiffer gets started. Pfeiffer has a very ambitious agenda to be in this building. I don't know Doug Stokes is in agreement with the date they want to be in it, but I do want to thank Doug for sticking with the community, and I know it cost you a little bit of money, but thank you for being the contractor for this building. I want to say thank you to our city council. The city council has been very progressive, and yes, we have had to spend a little bit of money. We've bought some other pieces of property. We'll be building parking and other things, but this is the greatest impact I think I could ever see in my lifetime on the city. So we want to thank the Pfeiffer for doing this. I want to thank Colleen. I want to thank her staff. And I want to thank the Board of Trustees for sticking with their decision to come to Albemarle. They had the opportunity and were actually being courted by other communities and surrounding counties. And they honestly could offer more than we could offer them. But they stuck with us, knowing that it will be a great impact on our town, on their students, and especially their students in Meisenheimer. They will be being seen here more in town. We have a lot of apartments going to need to be built over the next couple of years, and we have developers from everywhere looking at those opportunities. One of our council members, Councilmember Bramlett, coined the term, this is the Pfeiffer effect. And I can say that that is definitely occurring. Thank you to everyone here today. Thank you to Pfeiffer and the trustees, and thank you to all of our city staff for working with us to make this happen. We look forward to the next few years.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And it may have been 100 years since we've had the county and the city to work together on anything. But we're certainly all appreciate it a whole lot. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to introduce the Chairman of the County Commissioners, Matthew Swain. Matthew?
Thank you. Any of you that know me know I'm outside my comfort zone right now because I like to keep my feet more down there than up here. So I prepared a quick statement this morning. Dr. Keith asked me to keep it under 20 minutes. But I assure you it will be less than that. But I'm proud to be here this morning on behalf of the Stanley County Commissioners and bring you a few words. Stanley County is proud to partner with the City of Albemarle and Pfeiffer University to bring you this new capital investment and more jobs to downtown Albemarle. It's great to not only see the significant contribution that Pfeiffer University has made or is making, but is also that a local general contractor is going to be the one to make it happen. That will further stimulate our local economy and help grow jobs in Stanley County. This project is a potential game changer due to the multiplying economic impact that everybody has mentioned. More apartments, more restaurants, things like that here in downtown Albemarle. The magnitude of postgraduate students that will be passing through downtown, living, learning, eating, and socializing here will make a great impact. Additional investments in housing, retail, and other multi-use developments will likely emerge. These projects will add to the future tax base and further enhance the quality of life here in the city. Pfeiffer's new health science building and programs will also positively impact rural health care, adding value to all the residents of Stanley County and likely increase access to health care here in our own county. Thank you, Pfeiffer University, for your commitment to the county. We're extremely pleased that you selected Albemarle for this new initiative and look forward to continuing our long-standing partnership. On behalf of the Board of Commissioners, we wish you tremendous success. Thank you all for being here this morning.
Okay, this brings us to the time we've all been waiting for. I'm going to ask the following individual, if you would, take a place behind the shovel. And I'm going to ask Dr. Keith, if you would, to step down. Bob Brykes, you here? Would you please take your stand? Mr. Mayor, would you please grab a shovel? Matthew, you as well. Dr. Tracy, would you please come forward? And USDA Rep Garland Burnett. USDA's here. Fernice Miller. Thank you, Fernice. USDA. As they're taking their places, I want to invite all of our elected officials and the graduate health science faculty from Mr. Pfeiffer, if you would come and stand behind them. Folks, please, come on up. While they're making their way, I will take just a minute to talk about how you can help this be all it can be. It's no secret that small colleges across America need financial support. And in the weeks to come, a capital campaign is going to be announced. And we're going to be asking you to make an investment in Pfeiffer and this community. And hopefully you'll find it in your heart to do that and give this thing all the energy and support that it deserves and needs. So look forward to talking with you, and hopefully you'll be making big pledges and contributions to this effort. We're going to do this on the count of 3. And so everybody, you've got your shovels ready. 1, 2, 3, turn. All right, thank you folks. Thank you for coming. Then we got it done. We're going to be having a reception across the way at Roger Martin's studio. I hope that you'll take time to go across and socialize and also see what the studio is all about and what's for Roger's excellent work. Also on the corner of our property here, we have a little coffee stand, and so I know everybody can't get in the theater in the building across the street at one time. So, but between the two locations, please hang around and visit with our neighbors, and let's enjoy this moment that we're having, this new beginning. Thank you. God bless you, and thank you for coming.
I get her to listen. See if I can give her time later. It's been 2.5 years. So excited.
I haven't seen anybody
right?
How are you, brother?
All right, how are you?
I'm good. So you done tore the clutch out of it again?
Well, it's not torn out, but it idles. I just slowly let the clutch out and it just starts shaking. So I assume it needs a new
Yeah. Clutch.
If I give it plenty of gas, you won't ever know it. Just
Big
that
Robin?
You retired?
Yeah,
Have you?
I have.
Give it up.
3 years ago. When you get 65, you gotta quit.
They won't let you go no more. Ain't that something?
I was ready. I'd had enough fun.
Done put a couple miles on a bird.
In fact, it got to be where it wasn't much fun anymore. So it's time to quit. They were singing your praises last night. Well, it's just like we used to say when I was in the Air Force. One "oh shit" wipes out 100 out of it. I hope this works out really good. I hope it works out better than anybody even thinks.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. Now y'all still staying at your house on the lake? Or?
We usually stay in Albemarle because that's where everything's going on. We stay at her place.
Yeah.
We go to the lake on the weekends some, but not much in the winter. We don't go down there. I go down there a lot. She's got too much to do. Here we are.
I'm right there.
We're right here. How you miss us?
Well, I turned around and I saw him. I looked around and I saw his head back there. Nice again.
The sun even came out and put a little warmth on us. I'm glad for that.
Yeah, it was chilly at 8 o'clock.
We were out there. Let me tell you what. We were there last night for the basketball game. And I can't remember. I knew she said, no, this part's called the that's what I said. And he just got this wonderful green. I mean, she said, I said, we could even put clutches in Mustangs.
They're not going to get the city council with a show? The whole council?
I guess they're not. I guess they're not, but that's okay. It's all good.
Ain't no telling where the dirt might not even be Stanley County dirt.
You been crying?
No, the wind.
My nose is crying. That's
well, I think that's just it. I think the wind has been outside. There's my mascara run everywhere.
Both sides a little bit.
No matter where you go, everybody knows.
They do. They sure do.
I'll tell you one I miss, and that's her daddy. Man, I miss that fella.
Yeah, a lot of people thought very highly of him. And probably some that did, but they never
always. Yeah, we all got them. I wonder what they ever done with that old red truck. I wonder what Charles done with that red truck.
It's probably packed in that junk house down there at Charliewood somewhere. I really don't know what they did. Yeah, I never was around her dad much.
Yeah.
I was working and he was busy. I didn't have time to.
Yeah.
I could have made time, but I didn't.
Right. He was a unique individual. I give him that.
Yeah, he was. He liked his music. I don't play. I can't play or sing, so.
Yeah, me neither.
Narrowed the field on that.
I try to stay away from the cops.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I haven't played in a long time. You know, I live right there by Piney Point, the lake house. But I don't ever play. I just don't want to waste the time doing it. I'd rather go to cruising.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got my trucks underway. My crew, I don't know if you're the old crew cab that I had, the 72 Ford crew cab. I've had it 15 years. It's under restoration right now.
Well, you ought to at least bring it to the little YMCA crews in.
Yeah, I'll bring it once they get it together. It's in the body shop right now, getting all the sheet metal that had any Bondo in it removed and rebuilt, and painting it Acapulco blue.
All right, that's pretty.
67, yeah. 67 Mustang blue.
Is that the original color?
No. No, I'm not. The truck ain't original at this point anymore. It was a short wheelbase, and I cut it and stretched it and put a long bed on it because I like a long bed truck. And as big as it was, it looked funny, that great big cab and a little bitty bed.
Yeah, they do look better.
So,
Oh, sorry.
I'll get out. Matter of fact, the bed that's on it come off of her dad's truck.
Oh, really?
Yep. Piece of him lives on. But
what'd they do with the rest of the truck? Scrap it?
Well, I actually bought the truck